I am LaMarsha Lewis. Let's talk. Please like, please subscribe, please share. And if you don't particularly like this particular conversation, I can welcome thumbs down, constructive criticism. But I hope you are enjoying. I hope to receive more of a positive with likes and positive comments and sharing of our conversation that we have here on I Am LaMarsha Lewis. Let's talk. I want to talk about Alyssa Farah Griffin. I did some previous conversations, our previous commentary about her. As we know, she is basically been trying to replace the John McCain's daughter, Meghan McCain, who left the show at the end of season 24 when she announced that she wasn't coming back to the show. They have not yet made a replacement for the conservative person that would take the seat at the table on a permanent basis to replace Meghan McCain. Alyssa has been basically guest co-hosting since October of 2021. Many are already thinking that she may be the person that will get the job. Maybe, I mean, at one point in time, it seemed like here lately, every time she comes on, she gives that vibe that, hey, I am the person they have selected or offered this position to. But it was something that Kelly Anne Conway that caught my attention. I think also may have caught some others' attention. Kelly Anne Conway was recently on The View where she was promoting a book. I don't even remember the book's name because I'm not a Kelly Anne Conway fan. But I have to acknowledge this. She kind of got my attention and did like a little aha moment for me. Because when let me see if I may still have that commentary from Alyssa and the Views page where Alyssa and her had the conversation. It was something that Kelly Ann said. She was again promoting her book, but of course the ladies was talking about various things, and Kelly Ann Conway made this comment to Alyssa Farah. She said, "Well, we don't know if you have seen the light, or you like your names alike." She mentioned how she left before Kelly Ann mentioned she left before Alyssa. Alyssa came back where she was trying to do something about her staff, and all. Let's listen to this.
Time around, and that perhaps you haven't. Well, first, Kelly Ann, I do want to acknowledge something you said last segment. I remember flying on Air Force One in October of 2020, and two very senior advisors to the president, Dave Bossie and Corey Lewandowski, turned to me and said, we would be winning this race if it was Kelly Ann running the campaign. So I think that there's some real truth to the direction it went the second time around, and that perhaps you having a more senior role would have changed that. But I have to ask you something. We served together briefly in the White House my second time. I admired you the first time when I was working for Pence. You were very helpful to me.
The second time?
Oh, the second time? No, I mean, I just meant I looked up to you. We were in more comparable roles. I was in more junior role the first time. I broke with the president ahead of January 6th when the big lies started being shared. I resigned in December 4th, and I spoke out after January 6th when I saw a violent mob assault the Capitol.
Is there a question in here?
Yes.
Okay.
How do you still defend him? Do you still think he could be a good president after he tried to overturn our democracy?
Okay, so I left 3 months before you did for my children. I have 4 of them. And I said less drama, more mama, and that's exactly what I did. I think you stayed a whole month after the election that you were having a problem with. But
I wanted to help my junior staff get jobs.
That's good, but I think people should know that because I haven't seen you since you've changed. But I want to say this to you.
I didn't change. Just to be clear, I didn't change. I swore oath to the Constitution.
You get to talk here every day.
I swore oath to the Constitution, not to Donald Trump.
I know, but Alyssa, I know that you, as we all did, but and I appreciate that. I think there was a lot wrong with the 2020 campaign, and I think in addition to that, afterwards, your former boss, Mark Meadows, who was a terrible chief of staff, the man did not match the moment for a global pandemic, a re-election campaign.
Neither did Donald Trump.
To protest after George Floyd's murder. He didn't match the moment at all, and didn't take advice from people.
But do you think Donald Trump matched the moment?
And then he allowed supplicant after sycophant after showman to come before the Resolute desk and promise the president that was the day they were going to find more votes in Arizona, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania.
I don't think are you going to answer? But yeah, you don't consider me Meadows was that helpful?
I was on ABC. I'll answer your question. Maybe you missed it. I was on ABC live on January 6th at George Stephanopoulos, and I said people have. reach the Capitol. What is going on?
Okay, but you're still supporting Donald Trump now.
Live on January 6th. Alyssa, if you're saying that somehow you think we're supposed to think that you've seen a light and not just see your name in lights, that's not fair. What are you
That's
not
such a
supposed to
cheap shot. You're not answering the question. How is a man qualified to be president if he
He's not the
incited?
president. Joe Biden
I know, but you're talking about maybe a second term. You've never denounced Donald Trump. When he incited a violent mob that
I
attacked
did
the
that
US
day. First
Capitol.
of all, I didn't.
But then you went right back to it.
Okay, so what we're going to do right now is we're going to move on because we're going to...
Okay, so you get the gist of it. This was like last month, and again, Kelly Anne wanted to point out she left 3 months before Alyssa. Alyssa stated she left December the 4th, right after the election, and supposedly when the big lie had started to surface and all of that, she claimed it was because of her. She was trying to take care of her junior staff. But again, Kelly Anne, I have to admit, she made me and I think some others stop and think, because it was an article, and I didn't go and bring this article to you, but I heard another blogger talk about it in regards to Alyssa. Alyssa, she's trying to, and this is my opinion also, I don't think we can trust her. Like I said, she gives these, whenever she's on the show, I be seeing on her IG and, on Twitter and all of this, how she's, we lied, and when she's announced, just like Monday when Whoopi announced, and Whoopi actually had said Alyssa Farah instead of Alyssa Farah Griffin. She's like, oh, that's fine. She's acting, and she's, in my opinion, she's pretending a lot too. I think if she is the person that is hired, offered this position, quite naturally, if she's offered, I do believe it's going to be acceptance of the position to replace Meghan McCain, the conservative voice for The View. I think it may be a repeat of Meghan McCain. I don't think she would be as bad, because really, who can be any worse than Meghan McCain, John McCain's daughter herself? But I don't think this would be good for The View. And many people, they basically be ending season 25 at the right around the 1st of August, and they will be coming back after Labor Day for season 26. Some are saying they'll probably be announcing who the replacement is before the end of season 25. I don't know. I'm just things that I hear in these internet streets that I'm bringing to you. And like I say, given the analogy, given the quote, what I'm hearing in the internet streets. So I don't know. Perhaps they will. At first, many was thinking they wouldn't announce who, or wouldn't maybe select someone to replace Meghan, because it had been heard and alleged that Joy would be retiring. But again, since it has been stated last week when the ladies were in the Bahamas, Joy has renewed her contract for 3 more years. But again, we don't know. I don't doubt she's renewed her contract, but what if she changes her mind? Who knows? We really won't know until, in my opinion, on that, say, the last week or maybe even the last day of season 25, whether Joy will announce if she's retiring, or if they will tell us if they have actually selected a person. Me still, I would have liked to see Tara Sethmeyer get the position, or give it to Anna Navarro. After all, they took Anna to the Bahamas with them. To me, that kind of spoke volumes. I don't like Lindsey Granger. I've heard some people speak about Lindsey Granger. Some like her, some don't. She would not be my choice or selection, but neither is Alyssa Farah Griffin, because I think she's pretending. In my opinion, she's a sheep in wolf's clothing, because again, I've heard other bloggers, commentators mention she needs a job. She's no longer, she does commentary, she works at CNN as communications, given every now and then on CNN and things like that, but a steady, regular paycheck is what she's currently seeking right now. And I think she will be a repeat of Meghan McCain. I think The View, if she is the person, and again, I don't know, none of us know, other than perhaps if it has been a decision made, that particular person and the executives like Miss Kim Gotwood or Brian Taylor. I don't even know if the ladies, the fellow co-hosts, know it. Again, if a selection has been made, and they still may just be continuing on and have not chosen a person. But Kelly Anne did make me stop and think, because I don't know, I think Alyssa wants us to think she's seen the light, but when you were just back, as it's been stated, back in January, still going on various shows or TV talk shows, and you two were still spreading these false theories and things like that, and you worked for him basically 3-4 years in the administration. Oh, and you want to say, oh, I swore an oath to the Constitution, not Donald Trump. Joy made a comment recently too. So many people, that has left. We know we've seen Stephanie Grisham. She's been on there. Alyssa, again, several times she's been on there, as well as some others. Kelly Anne Conway and some other that's been in the Trump administration. Many have written books trying to get, again, some cash flow coming in. But are we really to believe these type of people have really changed? I don't think so. That's just my opinion. I still always stand with the late Maya Angelou. When someone show you who they are, and you believe it. So if anyone supported Donald J. Trump, you don't sit well with me, period. Because yeah, I know who he is, but for you to have supported him and perhaps still supports him, even some secretly on the DL, there's really nothing you can say to me. Because he's very vile, he's mean, he's evil, he's incited an insurrection, he's mocked people, he's belittled people. And the man, he knew he lost, but he refused to accept he lost. And he was going to go as far as he could. In fact, he went as far as he could to actually try and overturn the will of the American people. And then still to hear people say he may be the candidate for 2024. Come on, people. This man is the only president to have been impeached twice in the House of Representatives. His fellow senators did not do their jobs, because he should have been impeached and removed the first time he was impeached, but he definitely should have been removed when he incited an insurrection, overturning the will of the American people, attempted coup to overthrow our democracy here in the United States of America. But we got these Republicans. They got their own agenda and have not done their jobs. And that's why it should be term limits for everybody. The president can only serve 2 terms. I think probably at the most senators about 8 years as well. Look at the Supreme Court. Have overturned Roe versus Wade. All these elected officials should have term limits. They have been given too much power. And this is why we're at where we at in our country, the United States of America. But again, this is about Alyssa Farah. Let me come back. Alyssa Farah Griffin. I don't think she would be a good choice. I think she's a wolf in sheep's clothing. I think she's pretending, not really pretending too well. Because what's in you? Look at Meghan McCain. She pretended, but she came out for who she really was. And some are already seeing the same thing with Alyssa Farah Griffin. So I don't know if Miss Kim, who is the president of The View, executive producer Brian Tedder, has made their selection, their choice as who will be the Republican, the conservative voice to sit permanently at the table. I just hope it's not Alyssa Farah Griffin. Again, if I had to choose, it would be Tara Steffmeyer or Anna Navarro. But hey, I'm just LaMarsha Lewis. Let's talk.